Hello everyone, Michael Tioli here, the film composer learning to play the tuba, but today I want to show you how to find legacy instruments in Logic. In 2012, I scored a short film that was kind of a first episode of a web series called 12-Sided Die. About 5 years later or so, we finished up the series and did a full season 1. And then this last year, I just worked on season 2. They got the group back together and made a really fun season 2. And actually, it's playing this weekend at the Texas Short Film Festival. That's on Saturday, November 8th. And then it's also going to be playing the Grand Rapids Comic-Con Film Festival on November 14th through 16th. Now, the producer reached out to me and asked if I could do an extended version of the credits. Now, the credits was a short piece of music that I produced over 13 years ago. So that file, I have it of course, but it's not even Logic 10. That was in Logic 9, I think, at least. It was, who knows what we were on back then. But that has not been opened in over a decade. So I found it and opened it. And one problem was that I used some Apple loops at the time. There were some shakers in there. And you know, if you've been watching my videos, how I try to do all my own shakers live in studio. I actually have some right here, like on Love Danielle and almost everything that I do. But at the time, I was using some Apple loops for that. So even though some of the sounds I was using back then are not nearly as good as what I'm using now, they still have a very recognizable feel to them. Whenever I hear that, I don't think about, oh, maybe that sound, maybe that bass sound, maybe that shaker isn't as good as it could be. It sounds really good to me, and I really like it, and it's really married to the piece. So because this is an extension of the piece, I really wanted to use those exact same sounds. But when I opened the file, some of them were still there, but some of them, they just weren't there. Where are they? So I did a little bit of research. Apparently you can recall legacy instruments in Logic. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna try to find the loop you're looking for, the sound you're looking for over here in your Apple loops, right? So I was looking for Shaker 4. Now, I already did this. I did these troubleshooting steps, so it's gonna show up for me now. Because I needed to do it on the fly and make sure I got my track done. But you can see right here, this Shaker 4 was something that I was using. And so that was missing. And I looked everywhere. I tried to find it, I couldn't find it. But it's a legacy instrument, so it's not in the new, when you download all the Logic sounds, it doesn't show up. But it doesn't mean it's not there. You just go over here to Logic Pro, Sound Library, and open Sound Library Manager. Now, these are all things that you can add. So you can go down here to Apple Loops, and you're gonna find the Apple Loops that you want. You could select all of them. You could select what you want. I think the shakers aren't there right now because I think I already did it. But actually, I think I might have put in, you could just click Apple Loops. You could click reverbs if you want your old reverbs, legacy and compatibility, whatever you want, you can do here. You can do any of these, orchestral, right? And all you're gonna do is install them. Now, it takes a while, right? So, because for me, I think it was like 32 gigs of stuff that I put in there. So it does take a while, but just kind of let it go, and then eventually you will see it here back in your Apple Loops. The one thing I will warn you about is that it takes a while. So one thing that I did, which you don't have to do, is you can go in your applications and utilities, you can go to your activity monitor, and as you do it, you know, when you're looking at your stuff here, like Logic Pro should be at the top even though you're not even using it. But it does take some time. It could take up to an hour. It could take 10 minutes. It could take it up to an hour. But that's how you get legacy instruments. So if you open up an old session and you're like, oh my goodness, remember this sound? Well, there it is. You can find it nice and easy, because that is important. We're always, as composers, getting new sounds and better sounds. But sometimes when you've done something on a project, it really becomes linked to that project and you want to hear that specific sound. So yeah, that's how you do it. All right, thanks so much. See you soon.